I made a new discovery and this came completely out of nowhere. Oh wow. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria here, and it is the end of the month of February. And whenever it is the end of the month, that means it's time for the what? The fragrance haul of the month. So this is the time of the month when I share all of the fragrances I picked up during this past, 28 days, because it's February. And I'm excited. Some were expected, some were unexpected, and some were some new discoveries. We're going to talk about that. And before we do that, as you know what we must do first. Lipstick of the day today. Get into it. I'm getting out the last bit of the cold weather glam. We have lipstick. It's MAC Whirl. I haven't worn this one in a minute, but oh, it is still pretty. It's plummy, mauvey type of pink color. Get into it. Yes, there is a gloss on top. This is from Fenty. It's their cream gloss bomb, and this is Mauve Wives that I have on top of it. Everything I just listed will be in the description box, so linked below for you all to check out. Next up, we have fragrance of the day. It is so nice outside, and I wanted something that mimics the vibe. The fragrance of the day is Bond No. 9's Madison Square Park, aka the pink and green bottle. It makes me so happy, and this smells amazing in warmer weather. Absolutely a spring scent, I gotta say that. Bond No. 9's Madison Square Park is your fragrance of the day. So now we've gotten the business out of the way, let's get into the fragrance haul for the month of February. So let's start things off. This one was completely not supposed to happen, but hey, then there's that app called TikTok, and this blew up all over TikTok. When I saw there was an opportunity to pick this fragrance up to see about it, I picked it up. And the fragrance I'm referring to is the Narciso Rodriguez Musk Noir Rose fragrance that blew up over there on that little silly app. I do have a full dedicated review of this fragrance already up, but the main reason I do like this scent and I get the hype and I personally enjoy it is that yes, there's tuberose in here, but there is a plum note in this fragrance. It's fruity floral literally, but it works and it's done in a very elegant way. And of course there's that musk note in here, which the brand Narciso Rodriguez is known for. Very, very nice, very, very elegant, and I do like this scent, and I'm glad I picked it up even though I technically wasn't supposed to end up with it right now. But I remember seeing about it, but then of course TikTok just made me want to get it even more, and I actually like it. So this was not a blind buy fail, this was a blind buy win. So that is your first fragrance to kick things off, Musk Noir Rose. The next fragrance we're going to talk about, this is another one that was on my radar, and it literally became available on the first day of February, and I hopped on it fast because it sold out so fast. But luckily it's starting to restock in different places. This is a new release for 2023. This is from the house of Giorgio Armani, and this is the My Way Parfum version. Yes, there are other flankers to this fragrance. I know there's at least 3 of them, but this is the newest edition, the Parfum, which has it on the box. I do have a first impressions video already up on the channel, so I'll link that up top for you all to check out. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna reacquaint ourselves with this fragrance. This is what it looks like, My Way Parfum. The bottle is darker and more of a cotton candy pink and blue vibe. Yeah, let me tell you something. This is nuclear. This is nuclear. It completely shattered my expectations of the My Way line. I was never really interested in the line. I've smelled it. I thought it was pretty, but I didn't feel the need to add one to my collection. Now, granted, this one was a blind buy, but I blind buy because I knew it had an iris note in here, and I love an iris note in any fragrance because it gives a more powdery effect. But the other notes in here, y'all, full dedicated review coming soon, but this one is nuclear and it completely shocked me, and I'm enjoying it. So Giorgio Armani's My Way Parfum was another blind buy for the month, but I was really intrigued by it and it has really exceeded my expectations. So more on that one at a later date. The next fragrance is also a newer release. This is from the Clean Reserve line. The Clean Reserve brand, we see it in Sephora. And if you all recall, I had talked about this fragrance when I was sampling fragrances back in January that were new and out and what have you. This was the one I was really most excited about out of everything I smelled, and I was not expecting this one to be this good. The fragrance I'm referring to is Clean Reserve Sparkling Sugar. I ordered mine directly from the Clean Reserve site because they had a sale around Valentine's Day, and I was able to get the scent I wanted, the size I wanted at a discounted rate. Because just by the way, on the Clean Reserve website, elves, they have the 1.7 fluent ounce sizes. You can't get the 1.7 or the 50 ml size in Sephora. They only have the 100 ml or the tiny travel size. They don't have the in between. Y'all know I love a 50 ml, so that's what I picked up, a 50 ml of the new Sparkling Sugar fragrance. One thing about this one, I knew it had cassis in it, which I love a note of cassis. In fact, I'm gonna spray my box because I have not sprayed this scent. I've been holding out on it before I could really talk about it with y'all. But I had said I'm gonna end up with a bottle of it, and then opportunity presented itself. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's musky. This is an effortless feel-good type of perfume, which that's kind of the vibe of all the Clean Reserve fragrances, because I do own a few more of them. They're very easy, they're very lightweight, they're very chill. I'm digging Sparkling Sugar. I will be wearing it more, and then of course, a dedicated review will be coming. It's so happy and fruity. I love this. Now this next fragrance, you want to talk about a find and so unexpected at this price point. I wasn't even looking for this when I was out shopping, but I gotta talk to y'all. I was at TJ Maxx on a random Wednesday just to go. I wanted to go to a certain location that I like to shop in. I hadn't been since before the holidays, so it's been a minute because it's now February, about to be March now. And I remember I had smelled the new Daisy. Well, it was new at the time. The Daisy Oh So Intense fragrance when I sampled fragrances back during Elfmas. I have that up top for y'all to check out. And I said, oh, I really like this. And I told y'all, don't be shocked if I end up with a bottle for it, right? Well, it happened sooner rather than later because I went to TJ Maxx and they had this in one of those boxes they have where the sales associates have to unlock it. So I know it wouldn't be tampered with anything. But I was able to get a bottle of the Daisy Oh So Intense that I really, really wanted at a very good rate. This is the 30 ml size or the 1 ounce size. Retail, this size bottle, y'all, a 30 ml for this fragrance is $90. Like on Ulta's website, I got it for $40. Better than half off. So you already knew when I saw it, it was a done deal. I grabbed it because I only had one left. And this is the bottle. Isn't it adorable? It's super cute. And honestly, truthfully now, normally I would have bought a 50 ml or something, but let me be honest with myself. I only need a little bottle of this fragrance because I have so many other fragrances, particularly fragrances that are way more stronger, more potent, that type of thing. And this is just an effortless fragrance that I kind of wanted in my collection, but I didn't need a big bottle of. So hey, the 1 ounce came right on time. The reason I like this one, I'm gonna spray it again just to reacquaint myself with it. There's a strawberry note in this. And there's a honey note in this fragrance. That strawberry and that honey in here, it just really stands out and I love it. So good. Very effortless, very fun, very flirty. I could definitely see wearing this with like a white linen shirt or a sundress. So I'm just happy that I could get this one and add it to my collection at a fraction of the price. So yes, Marc Jacobs Daisy Oh So Intense, add it to the collection, y'all. Okay, now this last segment is a little bit longer because we gotta talk about this because this last portion came out of nowhere. This wasn't supposed to happen, but I'm here for it and I'm here for this brand now. We gotta talk about this. So you all, on my monthly cosmetic company store trip that I talk about and I talked about in a previous video that I do, they had a lot of fragrances in. Now, normally I go into my cosmetic company store looking for Tom Ford's, and mine even now carries Killian. They also have Frederick Malls in there, right? So I always check those areas. They had a lot of Jo Malone too. So just a lot of good fragrances are in my store, right? Then I decided to take my time and look at another part of the store I normally don't look in. And you all, they had a wall of Aerin fragrances. Yes, Aerin is the other fragrance line, elevated fragrance line under the umbrella of Estee Lauder. Aerin is named for Estee Lauder's granddaughter. That's the point of it. And she came out with her own fragrance line. And I had seen these out, but Aerin fragrances aren't as readily available as other Estee Lauder traditional fragrances. I've only seen them in like upper end department stores, what have you. I think the first time I actually saw Aerin was when I went to Saks, just to put it in perspective. And I had heard people talk about the hibiscus palm scent. That's not like the only one that really gets hyped up, but I knew they had other fragrances, but I had never really just checked for them, right? Y'all, my store my cosmetic company store had like 6 or 7 fragrances, and they all had testers. I had time, and I sprayed everything. So let's talk about it. And after I did some more research on them, they had the fragrances that people really like hype up and like too. So we weren't talking about just like your throwaway fragrances. So for example, they had the Rose Degrassi scent, which is literally listed as a best seller on Aerin's website. This one was very green, very spring. So again, but very green. I don't like it, but I see how people do enjoy this scent. Another one they had was the Flor de Peony. Now this one literally smells more so powdery, like actual baby powder. I didn't get enough of the peony that I would prefer, but I was able to spray these on my skin as well as tester strips, so I could really like play in them and to really get the effect. But the bottle was cute. It's pink, and it just didn't give me what I needed, so I left it. But it was still cute though. I smelled the wild geranium. It wasn't memorable, but it was okay. It's still definitely a floral scent, because I mean geranium is a flower, but it was cute. It just wasn't a flower that I prefer, if that makes any kind of sense. But for my floral lovers, Aerin does floral very well. I gotta say that. So definitely check them out for that reason. Now another one, this one I had seen a little bit of commotion and talk about. This is the Amber Musk fragrance. They had that in there too. Now they only had one of this left, so I had to really decide on this one. But y'all, let me tell you something. The Amber Musk fragrance, you know how you spray something, you're like, wait a minute, this smells like something I know. And then it hit me. It smells like BDK's Velvet Tonka. It's in that family. So interesting. And I was like, wait a minute, because I have a sample of BDK Velvet Tonka, so that's how I knew. I'm like, I know this smell, this scent profile. And this one, of course, is a little bit cheaper. So if you like BDK's Velvet Tonka, I highly suggest you check out the Amber Musk fragrance from Aerin. Very similar to me. The next fragrance I smelled, now this one, I think it's next. This one was my second favorite of them all. The only reason I didn't get this one was because right now it's not season for it. This is more of a summer fragrance, but I get the hype and I see why it's a bestseller for them. The fragrance I'm referring to is the Mediterranean Honeysuckle. Y'all, this one is giving ultra chic vacation. It doesn't smell like Soleil Blanc or my other vacation-y scents, but it's still in that family, if that makes any kind of sense. It's unique. And I smelled it, and I smelled it on my skin, and I was like, I really like this. I really like this. Again, it's still winter time, so I'm like, I'm not gonna wear it right now, but I would definitely see myself getting it, say, around Memorial Day. I'm gonna need a bottle of Mediterranean Honeysuckle. I like this, I get it. It's really good. The next one I saw they had and smelled was the Cedar Violet. Now this one was an absolute no. Couldn't justify this one at all. I was like, nah, the cedar was cedaring and I didn't like it. So it's a no for me. But now let me tell you the one that stood out to me the most. The one I had never heard of. I haven't heard anybody talking about it, nothing. And I think it needs to be talked about more, and I ended up picking it up. The fragrance I am referring to, you all, we are talking about from the house of Aerin, and this is Evening Rose. And the box is really pretty. I like how decorative it is. It also has like fragrance notes, information, other things on the back of it as well. But y'all, this is so slept on. It's criminal. I mean, it's so criminal. It's not a new scent. It's been out, actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's been out like almost 10 years. But this is criminally underrated. This is the bottle. It's what it looks like. This is a 1.750 ml size. Evening Rose, y'all. Let me tell you what sticks out about this scent. When I tell you the main 2 notes, y'all gonna be like, wait, what? Yeah. Literally, this is a mix of rose and cognac. Also, there's blackberry in here, but the main 2 notes are rose and cognac. So this is a floral boozy scent with a dash of sweetness because of that blackberry. You know, I'm gonna spray this box to reacquaint myself. And I think the name is so appropriate. Y'all, I smelled this one after I had went down the line of literally all these other fragrances I mentioned. Got to this one, I was just about to be like, whatever, whatever, I don't want nothing. Smelled this one, I said, wait a minute. Nah, this is it. Sprayed it on the test strip, sprayed it on my skin. Yes. This is an incensey evening boozy rose, y'all. This is a rose that we didn't know we needed, but the rose is still fresh in it. I don't know how they did this, but it's an evening rose. I mean, wow. This is a rose for date night in the springtime. That's what this is. I'm still shook because I hadn't heard anybody talk about it, wasn't checking for it. This was a true, total, unexpected discovery, y'all. Aerin's Evening Rose. If you have an Aerin counter near you, please get your hands on it, smell it. If you like rose, this is amazing to me. It's still fresh but dark and deep at the same time. It's such a interesting mix. Fabulous, y'all. And speaking of Aerin, because like for me, like if I didn't have my CCO, I wouldn't have been able to experience all these in real time. But I did see now that Sephora now has a Aerin Sampler Kit, and a lot of the fragrances I just talked about are in this kit, and it's at a more affordable rate. So if you just want to sample and try them out, so I'll link that below as well for those that might be interested in checking out Aerin fragrances for yourself. Oh, another thing, so let me talk about price. Retail, the Aerin fragrances are $145 for the 1.7 50 ml size. In the CCO, I paid $79.50 for it. It's a yes for me. Very, very nice. But yes, Aerin Evening Rose stole the show and ended the month off strong, y'all. So all right, Ills, that wraps up my fragrance haul for the month of February. Let me know what you think. What were your favorites mentioned? Any other fragrances in here? Have you smelled them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Also tell me, what fragrances did you pick up for the month of February? Let me know in the comments below, like y'all gonna do, because the Ills are very opinionated and I'm here for it. So until next time, Ills, this wraps up the month of February, and I will see y'all in March. I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.